Yes, there is.
It's a bit of an art pulling off that, isn't it? I always live in fear that it's going to get stuck. Did you practice?
We have, as you can see, left it just sitting
Oh,
there.
right, so there's a technique. Great, all right, there's a reveal technique. This is the XUV3XO. Please make James feel very welcome.
Thank you, Elise. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mahindra Automotive Australia stand here at the Melbourne Motor Show for 2025. I remember growing up in Melbourne how exciting it was to come to the motor show and see all the great brand new cars and cool show cars. And I hope you've had an awesome time tonight already. It's the return of a very important motor show for the industry, and a motor show that dates back to 1925. And if I can for a little moment, I'd like to talk a little bit about our history. So Mahindra actually celebrates 20 years in Australia this year. We started with our tractor business and our venerable light commercial, the Mahindra pickup, or the Mahindra Ute, as we all love and know. With a small print of 15 dealers, we branched out into, as a workhorse, into rural and regional Australia. And it's this outside-in, this country-to-city approach that's been a well-worn path for many successful brands here in Australia today. So there's many Mahindra pickups out there, and I can absolutely attest that we've got quite a few that are very close to 1 million kilometres here in Australia. In fact, we've got a lovely video on our website, socials, fleet in Newcastle. 5 of their fleet have crossed 900, and we've got 1 or 2 there about 980,000 kilometres on those vehicles. Original chassis, original engine, even the original seats in that vehicle. So a true test to our engineering and our product durability and our persistence at being successful here in Australia. 20 years in Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing for certain we've seen in the last 20 years is change. If we cast our mind back to 2005, it's no surprise that the number 1 selling vehicle in that year was a sedan, the Holden Commodore. But of course this year it's an SUV. And we're proud to showcase the full range of Mahindra SUVs here today. So we have actually been making SUVs since 1949. So that's 76-year history of SUVs. We launched our first SUV here in Australia in 2012. That vehicle had 2 facelifts over its time, and our dealer network grew to 40 outlets across the country. We launched our all-new XUV 7AA here in Australia in 2023, along with our large SUV, our four-wheel drive Scorpio, which is the platform our next pickup, our next ute will be based upon. With the growth of our SUV sales in Australia, I'm pleased to announce the expansion of our dealer network, with only last month our 76th dealership here in Melbourne, actually in Pakenham, and this brings our total dealer footprint in Greater Melbourne to 7. There's a lot to celebrate in our 20-year history. In fact, in 2005, so 20 years ago, Mahindra market cap was 5 billion Australian dollars. And I say just 5 billion because today it's 60 billion, which makes us the 14th largest automotive manufacturer in the world by market cap. We have just closed this financial year with record SUV sales, number 1 of course in SUVs in India, and number 1 in light commercial, and number 2 overall in the passenger segment of the market of India by revenue market share. Our market share in light commercial also crossed 50% for the first time. So over 1 in 2 light commercials sold in that market is a Mahindra. We're also the only Indian automotive manufacturer to achieve the Dow Jones Sustainable Index World Leader status this year. But our growth doesn't stop there. Our export markets and markets like Australia, which are critical to the global automotive industry, we were 41% up year on year. In fact, Australia is the 4th largest right-hand drive market in the world. And that's why all of our brands that you see here today, including us, are here. Let us now turn our attention to the Mahindra SUVs on our display. So firstly, I'd like to introduce you to our large SUV, our Mahindra Scorpio, updated this year with 7-seat configuration. This is the same platform that conquered the Simpson Desert in 2023. We set the Guinness World Record for the fastest crossing of the Simpson Desert in a standard production vehicle. Our medium SUV, the Mahindra XUV 7AA, a family 7-seat SUV, updated again this year, include all new black interiors, wireless Apple CarPlay, ventilated front seats, an excellent vehicle and value proposition for customers in the family segment, adding to the already explosive value proposition inside the vehicle in terms of 2 10-inch screens, 1.3 metre sky roof, and full ADAS and AEB with pedestrian detect since launch. But there's always been one SUV missing from our range. So we've talked about large, we've talked about medium. Of course, it's the small SUV segment that we're here to reveal today. This is our Mahindra SUV, this is our Mahindra SUV 3XO, a bold and high-tech performance-driven compact SUV designed to appeal to dynamic lifestyles of Australians. The all-new Mahindra SUV 3XO represents a new era in compact SUVs, combining standout design, premium features, a lot of space in the vehicle for a sub 4 metre compact SUV, and globally benchmarked engineering and safety. We'll be launching this car mid-year, and I can tell you fully across the range it comes standard with level 2 autonomous ADAS features, including AEB with pedestrian detect, standard across the range. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like you to just explore the vehicle. You'll see around the exterior on the back of the Mahindra SUV, we've got the LED light display, as you can see on the front as well. And that concludes our presentation for this evening. Thank you.